Hello and thank you for joining us today at Distracted by Life. Our podcast is all about making change within yourself and your relationships. We share conversations, stories, and explore ideas coming from our lifelong journey of the high points and especially the low points where we learn to face our fears or cope with pain, loss, and failure. We do this in a discovery quest to establish patterns around our past and understanding whether we are tripping up from our past or being held hostage by it. We work on identifying ways to move forward, aligning our core values, and unlocking the keys to self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-compassion, and letting go of what is not serving you positively in life. A better you is always there, ready to explore in a new world. So let's begin. Welcome to Distracted by Life. My name is Dan, and today's topic is about the voice inside your head. You know that voice that speaks up inside when something goes wrong or questions your decision or actions? Is it real? Is it telling you the truth? Can you free yourself, or should you free yourself from this inner voice? Those questions and more will soon be answered from our host, Amal. Hello and welcome, Amal.
Hi, Dan. Let's get started. I have 3 key points I'd like to shed some light on. When observing this mental voice, the first thing you'll notice, it never shuts up. If it's let on its own, it just keeps talking. And if you watch carefully, you'll see that it's just trying to find a comfortable place to rest, which means it can change sides at any moment in time to help itself. Even when it says something wrong, it doesn't seem to quiet down, but rather it actually adjusts its point of view and keeps going.
Okay. I think I got that so far. So how do you cope or minimize just how loud this inner voice can get? Because I've had it pretty loud in my head.
Well, you have to take a step back, view it objectively. And to do that, there are a few things you need to consider. You just need to view the voice as someone else talking in there to you. It doesn't matter what it says, whether positive, negative, or spiritual. It all sounds the same because it's just a voice that talks inside your head. And to distance yourself from it is by stop differentiating what it says. Also, if you're willing to be objective and watch all your thoughts, you will notice that most of them have no relevance or effect on anyone else but yourself. And they simply making you feel better or worse about what's going on now or what has gone in the past or what might go in the future. Eventually, you'll notice that the real cause of problems in life is not life itself, but the commotion that the mind makes about life that really causes the problem. And true spiritual growth is that realizing that you're not the voice of the mind, but the one that hears it.
Okay. Then why does this inner voice exist at all?
Well, the voice exists because there is a buildup of energy inside, and the way it releases that energy by talking. And so these built-up energy can be, if you view it objectively, it can be anything from nerves, fears, or desire-based energy, and they become increasingly active when this energy is built up inside.
So, Amal, then is there maybe an example?
Yeah, I could do that. As an example, I wanted to do a job transition recently, and I started applying for different jobs that were of interest to me. Something did work out, and it was worth pursuing. However, during that process, what I discovered was that the voice definitely was talking, and it wouldn't shut up, and it was at its highest because the build-up energy I had inside was the fear. And I did realize that I'm contemplating, obviously, because I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't all right inside. One day I would think about accept the job offer. The next day I would say, no, I'm going to decline the job offer. So the way I dealt with it, I took a step back. I reached out to my network of peers and colleagues, some of my mentors, and we kind of discussed things and we went through the pros and cons. The other thing that I like to do is that I was looking to make peace with the decision, whatever that decision may be. And so to me, it was basically getting in solitude with God and asking for a sign or anything that just helps me find peace with the decision. Because to me, this was the universe has spoken, the opportunity came, and I didn't want to close the door on that. And it wasn't about not making the decision. I was ready to make it, but I was uncomfortable with making it. So something inside me wasn't okay with making, because of that energy, that fear that was really holding me back. And the truth is, anything we want to do in life is always at the other side of fear. And we have no choice. In order to take actions, we have to step into fear. We have to face it, and we have to make the decision. And once we make peace with the decision, we have to worry later on about the consequences of the decision or implication. It's just, you got to take it one step at a time. So when the energy builds up inside, you want to do something about it. And that's why the voice talks, to try to release that energy.
So if I can clarify here, even when you're not upset, does this voice still talk to you?
Yes.
So even when you're not upset by something, it still talks to you. It's almost like it's narrating your life for you, correct?
Correct, exactly how you describe it.
Okay, so are there any other benefits to having this inner voice?
Well, the benefit of having the inner voice is that mental voice it helps you feel more comfortable with the world around you. It makes you feel although that things are in control. So you recreate the world, the outside world, inside your mind, because you can control the mind, whereas you can't control the world. If there is something about the world that you don't like, that's why you mentally talk about it. You verbalize it, you judge it, you complain about it, and then you decide what to do about it. That's what makes you feel in power. Basically, you recreate the outside world inside your mind, and then you live in your mind, because reality is too real for some of us. So we tamper it with the mind.
So in effect, we play out all these different scenarios in our head using our inner voice, an objective point of view to deal with the stress that's on the outside. So we, rather than take action on the outside right away, knee-jerk reactions, stuff like that, we actually play it all through in our head first.
Yes, exactly how you describe it. Couldn't put it better myself. True personal growth is about figuring out the parts of you that's not okay and the need for protection. So by remembering that you are the one inside that noticed the voice that talks. And really, to summarize this episode, to be aware that you are watching the voice talks is the start of your inner journey. If used properly, the same mental voice that has been a source of worry, distraction, and nerves can become a launching ground for true spiritual awakening. As the author Michael Singer says in his book, The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself, come to know the one who watches the voice, and you will come to know one of the greatest mysteries of creation. That is all I have for today. Thank you everyone for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, have a wonderful week.
Thank you very much for joining us, to all those out there at Distracted by Life. Once again, Amal's book choice this episode is Michael Singer's The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself. This, of course, today is the first of many podcasts to come. With that said, stay tuned for our next episode, and from Amal and myself, thanks again, and talk with you soon.